All right, hello and welcome to another episode of Magic the Gathering Arena here at Session Zero. This is Mick, and today I will be going over a little one of my favorites, or perhaps my favorite deck that I have made in the game so far. Um, but also I wanted to feature this card, Field of the Dead, which has recently seen the ban. Uh, it has recently been banned in standard after after being able to limit the format of standard of Throne of Eldraine because of the power it gave Golos uh, Golos decks. So Field of the Dead was strong in the previous metagame, in the pre-Eldraine metagame, during the time when Magic Core Set 2020 was released. When Escape Shift was still available, people would make dozens of zombies with Field of the Dead in a matter of a few turns because of Escape Shift's instant ability to sacrifice and then bring multiple lands into play. Now, even with Escape Shift's disappearance from standard after rotating out, Field of the Dead remained powerful, and the way that people went about it is to use Golos, Tireless Pilgrim, to look for Field of the Dead, and to use other cards like Elvish Reclaimer that searches for this card, and generally use a Gates deck or a Bant white, blue, and green ramp deck that just creates lots and lots of zombies and manage to stabilize very fast and win the game by swarming your opponents with with an army of zombies. Now, during the release of Core 2020, when the Elementals came out, Risen Reef became popular as probably one of the most, if not the most, if not the most powerful engine to not only draw but ramp into many lands. This became the core of many elemental decks, but also part of many Simic blue-green decks. It's just great value overall. If you're not drawing a card from this, you're putting a land into play beyond the one land limit you have every turn. Now, if you play an elemental, then you can trigger this ability another time. Now, if you have multiple Risen Reefs, then of course you'll trigger this effect multiple times. And it was around that time when I got to thinking of making this deck. It began from it's called Storm of the Elements. I'm calling it Storm of the Elements. It's basically an Elementals deck. But let me tell you this little history about this. It began when I was dabbling with the idea of making a Neoform deck. Because I just found this card very, very good, because you can search your library for a creature card of mana cost, converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the sacrificed creature's converted mana cost. By sacrificing a creature you already have on the board, and this is the kind of card that I really that really gets me excited, because you can search for a particular creature. Now, with regards to that, you can also trigger sacrifice effects, death effects, and even enter the battlefield effects. So I started when I returned to Magic and began playing Magic the Gathering Arena a few months ago. This is one of the things that I was looking into, and really, I'm the kind of deck builder that doesn't really I appreciate seeing lots of decks pop up in a metagame, but to me, the most special part of Magic to me is being able to create my own brew with my own tech and with my own cards, cards that I don't see or combinations I don't see played by anyone else and most other people. And that is the case with this deck. Actually, I've only ever seen about two other people play with this deck with this kind of build, and even then with different finishers. Well, one there was a Karn's, one was a sort of one that a sort of a deck that creates multiple extra turns using Karn's. What was that? That was Karn something. Well, it's not in this format, but yeah. Yeah, but let me just get right into it. So this deck is the evolution, is the current state of the Neoform, from the Neoform. What do you call this? From the first Neoform decks I used to make, that put stuff like Ravenous Chupacabra, Elvish Rejuvenator, and things like that, up to let me show you a version of the deck of one of those Neoform decks I made before. I call Risen Dead here. This doesn't have Neoform anymore, but then one of the mainstays of those old decks I used to make was Lumbering Battlement, because this can exile any number of other non-token creatures, and they basically keep them in reserve, and then if it dies, it brings back those creatures into the battlefield. Now, I believe people used to make decks, Lumbering Battlement decks, to trigger, well, all sorts of creatures they wanted to trigger. So this is one of the early versions of the deck, and I actually did enjoy this. I'm not going to demo this today, but I might demo it later on. But from those initial builds, when the Elementals from Core 2020 came up and Risen Reef came up, I just immediately knew I wanted to use Elementals as an engine for this Lumbering Battlement deck. Okay, so it's simple enough. You play Risen Reef, you draw into a lot of cards. You play cards like Cloud Conceer. You play Healer of the Glade, Leaf Kindred. You survive as long as you can. You ramp. You play Hydrate Crassus to keep yourself alive. And then you play a Lumbering Battlement. And then hide all these Elementals. And somehow you either get this... So from there, you start beating face with the Lumbering Battlement. If you're not winning that way, then you trigger the effect, the Leaves Play effect, right? It's not a Leaves Play effect, it's just it leaves play and then the creatures come back, right? Yeah. And then you can trigger that by using cards like Justicar's Portal to flicker effects to bring back all these elementals and then re-trigger Risen Reef's effect, effectively drawing into even more cards and even more lands. And once you have lots of lands on the board, then that's when you cast Finale of Devastation to get X equal to 10, setting X equal to 10, and then attacking with lots and lots of boosted up creatures. But of course, these elementals by themselves, there's very few of them. In fact, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4. 23 creatures. Now that's where I saw Field of the Dead, actually, and then that's what I incorporated here. So that was the first time I used Field of the Dead, and I would get about 20 zombies down just from the triggers from Risen Reef. And then with Finale of Devastation, I used to get to 100 damage, if I even reach that far. I would get 100 plus damage just with this, and it was so satisfying. It was so great. It's overkill, but just the fact that I'm able to trigger the combo was so satisfying. So now bringing us to the deck that I'm going to feature today, which I called Storm of the Elements, because I figured that, okay, I have this engine now, Risen Reef. What else can I do with it? Now, if I'm not using Lumbering Battlement, I knew what can I do? I knew that I wanted the engine and I wanted Finale of Devastation as the finisher. But then I was fiddling around, I was looking at cards, and I thought, why not? What's the most ridiculous thing I could use this with? So I found Thousand Year Storm. See? Can you see where I'm going? Where this is going already? You get Thousand Year Storm, you cast a bunch of stuff, uh, and then you Finale Devastation. It's not necessary, it's definitely overkill, but there you go. That you just Finale of Devastation. You cast a lot of stuff. You cast Finale of Devastation, and then you copy it to trigger it multiple times to attack with your elementals. Now, originally, actually, I was running this deck without Field of the Dead because I didn't need it, right? Because I had Scampering Scorcher, and in playing this creates two other 1/1 red elemental creature tokens. So this deck is actually viable. This deck is great and strong enough, even without Field of the Dead. So, and I only just thought of adding Field of the Dead actually just a moment ago when I found out I wanted to feature Field of the Dead, because it's been banned, and actually in a few hours I probably won't be able to use it in Magic Arena because today is October 24th, and that's when I'm recording this. Okay, and that's when the ban's going to take place. So I'm doing this now so I could have this last few games with it on standard. Okay, so what goes into the deck? Actually, I should have opt here, but actually, no. I'll explain why I don't have opt. It has to do with drawing out the entire deck. But okay, so again, this deck is a deck based on the Risen Reef engine and playing lots of elementals like Healer of the Glade, Leaf King Druid, that also ramps, and then this extends your life. Overgrowth Elemental, again, another elemental, extends your life. If an elemental dies, if another creature dies, you have Scampering Scorcher synergizing extremely well with Risen Reef, triggering it 3 times because it is an elemental itself and creates 2 other elementals, so it'll by itself trigger Risen Reef 3 times. So imagine if you had 2 Risen Reefs, that's already 6 times. That's already very powerful. And then just fun cards like Quasi-Duplicate and Pulse of Marasa. Quasi-Duplicate creates a copy of a target creature I control that has Jump Start, so I can effectively use this 4 times. You create a copy of either Risen Reef or Scampering Scorcher to retrigger the effect. Pulse of Marasa can return the Risen Reef from the graveyard or a land if I want. It can also gain me 6 life. Now, very special thing here, Finale of Devastation. The wonderful thing about this card is not only can it search for Risen Reef, if you have 5 mana, it can bring back a dead Risen Reef from the graveyard. That is the very least it can do, but at the same time, it's also the finisher of the deck. So, Finale of Devastation does multiple things for this deck, which makes it so wonderful with elementals. I know there's tons of elementals decks out there. There's aggro, there's Simic. I've never even thought of using Omnath here because I didn't own Omnath until like a few weeks ago, and I never really thought I needed to use him. But then maybe now is a good time to put him. Also, he's pretty difficult to pay for now, so there is that. So in addition to that, Bond of Flourishing to search for pieces and extend my life. So yeah, okay, just to review these core effects. Risen Reef, yeah, as I've mentioned, whenever Risen Reef or another elemental enters the battlefield, I can look at the top card of my library. If it's a land, I can put it into the battlefield tap. Otherwise, I put it into my hand. Finale of Devastation, I search my library or graveyard for a creature card with converted mana cost X or less and put it onto the battlefield, then I shuffle it. If X is 10 or more, creatures I control get +X and gain haste until the end of turn. Now, Thousand Year Storm in this case says whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it for each other instant and sorcery spell I've cast before it this turn. I may choose new targets for the copies. So those are the core cards of the deck. How do we trigger these effects? We cast spells like Quasi Duplicate, Pulse of Marasa, even effects like Expansion, Explosion. You know what would be interesting actually? Repeated Reverberation. You know what? I might just try that because I can definitely pay for it. But as you can see, Expansion Explosion by also not only copies an instant or sorcery spell. It also lets me Explosion lets me deal X damage to a target and have a player draw X cards. So there is that. There are a few things I'm trying today. I didn't have Field of the Dead here previously, but I'm trying it today. See what I can get. I may actually try. I'm gonna try Omnath for now. See how it works. See how he does. But I might actually try Repeated Reverberation just for fun. I love this card. You know, I just love this card. It's just hard to use in most decks. But this is supposed. The idea of this deck is supposed to be to ramp into all your lands. Really, it's all your lands. I've been consistently hitting that kind of gameplay, and hopefully it comes up. It'll consistently perform again today. Otherwise, it's gonna be embarrassing. But yeah, Repeated Reverberation. There you go. Although the last time I played this deck was during the previous meta, so I don't know how I'm gonna do for today's meta. So yeah, so that's the deck right now. And then I actually made an updated version. I call it Eldraine Elementals, which features some of the newer cards from Throne of Eldraine. Well, not a lot really, because the only thing I added was Escape to the Wilds. I'm still figuring out what else I can put. Probably, you know what? I might as well do this now. I'll go Return of Wild Speaker. We will do that. Come on. Return of Wild. Come on. Return of Wild Speaker. Alright, we'll do that and maybe remove one Omnath. I don't know, we'll do that. Oh yeah, and Once Upon a Time, which has been such a popular card and which is perfect, very perfect for this kind of deck, because if I get it in my opening hand, I can search for a card I can play it as the first spell. I don't have to spend anything, and I can search for a card or a land. And this is also a cheap spell to fuel Thousand Year Storm. So there you go. Now imagine if I had Escape to the Wilds, I can just copy this over and over and just, I don't know, exile the top 5 cards of my library, and then play whatever I like, and then maybe return to the Wild Speaker. I'm looking into this as an alternate win condition to Finale Devastation. So there is that. Hopefully things work out. I'm gonna start with Storm of the Elements here without those new Eldraine cards and see how I do, and then I'll switch to Eldraine Elementals. So today is actually the testing a new version of this deck, even with Field of the Dead, and hopefully things work out well. Yeah, so there we go. Let's run a couple games and see how we do. Okay, there we go. That's a good hand. That is a good hand. A better hand, not the best hand, but still a good hand. We can leave off. We can hold off on Healer of the Glade. We'll cast Field of the Dead first. Okay, we'll cast Field of the Dead first. Is that a good idea? I'm gonna say that maybe not a great idea, but fine. I'll do that anyway. Well, we're gonna start slow. Okay, that's green. We're gonna go. I'm gonna go Breeding Pool instead. Actually, do that. Play Leafkin Druid instead of Healer of the Glade. I'll take the 2 so I can have 3 or 4 mana by next turn. I probably wouldn't need 4 mana unless I get something. Problem here is I can't cast Quasi Duplicate. So, and I don't have enough mana yet for Finale of Devastation. But I guess we're both slow here. Alright, there you go. Risen Reef, perfect. So I'm gonna play Risen Reef. Trigger once. Expansion Explosion. Put down Stomping Ground, pay 2 life, it's fine. gain back that life with Healer of the Glade, trigger Risen Reef. Okay, that's great. Okay, there we go. Now we're in business, and I'm hoping this is mono green. That'd be great. Something that doesn't have removal, please. I know it's kind of, you know, I should be prepared for all sorts of things, but there are some matchups that are just not great, but some matchups where I can win. Okay, so I can put down Field of the Dead. You know what? I'll start with Healer of the Glade. There we go. So now we can now this produces 2 mana instead of 2 mana instead. Oh, there we go. Steam Vents. I haven't put a land down, so I can probably. Oh, I can't. Nah, that goes into play tapped. So I should have put it into my hand instead. That was the wrong move. But now we can produce 4 mana instead of 1. I can put this down. What do we Finale of Devastation? I can probably... Nah, I'm not gonna Finale of Devastation. For now, I'm just gonna hold still. We're gonna hold. That was the wrong sequence of things. Because if I put this down, if I put this instead to my hand, if I declined Risen Reef's trigger, this would have gone into my hand. I could have played it untapped instead. Then I could have played Quasi Duplicate. But since we didn't do that, we were just not able to do that. So... okay, so what I'm gonna do next turn is I'm going to play probably Finale of Devastation to search for a Scampering Scorcher. I'm gonna take this damage for now. Or maybe... yeah, I'll take this damage for now. Alright, okay, Pulse of Marasa, that's great. So, we have several options here. I can Quasi-Duplicate or I can Finale of Devastation. I'll probably go with Finale of Devastation 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not enough. But, oh, yeah, it's not enough. Oh, no. I want to go Finale of Devastation 4 is what I meant to say. Okay, we'll go do that. We'll go Finale of Devastation 4. The auto-pay. Maybe I should not have auto-paid. I don't know. Scampering Scorcher. Put it into play. Trigger Risen Reef 3 times. There you go. Take action. Have I... We'll decline that. We'll take action. That was maybe not the right sequence. But now we have 1,000 Years Storm. That's perfect. Okay. Actually, even if I declined it, it wouldn't have achieved anything. But yeah, we'll just sit back. We're gonna chill. So now we have lots of land. Now we have 3, 6, 7. We can produce 9 mana. So now we can play 1,000 Years Storm. But I think what I would play instead is play Quasi Duplicate, copy with expansion. So I could copy probably Risen Reef. There we go. There's a Questing Beast. That's something you don't want to see. Something you don't want to see. Because I can't block it. I'll take 4 every time. But yeah. So we're basically racing here. Hopefully I'll survive and actually be able to go off. Because what I need is 12 mana in order to cast, in order to bring this to X equals 10. Oh, I think the reason I didn't run Field of the Dead here because I don't have enough variation of lands. I think that's the reason. But anyway, we're gonna go Quasi-Duplicate. Do I have enough mana to expansion? Yes, I do. I'll do this, then I'll do this, and I'll do this, and I'll do that. No! Oh man, I think I figured it out. I think I figured out that I was gonna make tons of tokens and then make trigger Risen Reef multiple times, and then find some kind of finisher. It's unfortunate. We didn't see the final blows. But yeah. But you see how the deck would work. I'm gonna move on to the newer version. It still works about the same, only with different cards. But the idea was, at that situation, we could have done several things. I could have cast 1,000 Year Storm first, waited, but what I wanted to do was get more resources, more triggers of Risen Reef to put lands on the field, put tokens on the field. Okay, for this one, I think, yeah, we'll have Once Upon a Time, that's perfect. I'll keep it. Okay, so it's our turn. I'll play Once Upon a Time first. See if we can find any of the important pieces. Nothing. I think I will get Leafkin Druid though. So I can play that in turn 2. I'll play Temple of Mystery in turn 1. See what we have. Scry. Also Morass, I'll put that to the bottom for now. I don't need it yet. Hopefully we can get to 5 lands very quickly, or so we can play Final Devastation, look for a Risen Reef. Then after that, play Scampering Scorcher. Ordinary Goblin, alright. Could be a Goblin's deck, that'd be interesting. Play Island. Play Leafkin Druid. Return of the Wild Speaker, the single copy. I love that art, look at that. Also, this is great. It's a Garruk. I've been wondering, ever since I came back to Magic, I've been wondering what's happened to Garruk. Garruk, what are you doing? Where are you? Why are you not at the War of the Spark? I guess he's an Eldraine, and he's been restored, so that's great. I do want to read the novels, though. Eldraine's novel. It seems... See, the interesting thing, the last time I played Magic 9 years ago, Garruk was about to face off with Liliana, who is about to be corrupted. And then now he is being restored, so that's great progression. It took so long though. Okay, so now we can cast 3 mana. 3, what do I want to do? I want to take my time is what I want to do. So I'm going to put this down. I think I'm going to hold off here. It's not really the most efficient use of my mana in turn, but I'm going to hold off here. I need these cards as fuel. Next turn, we're going to play Stomping Ground. We're going to play Finale of Devastation to search for a Risen Reef, and you know the drill. And then we're going to say, if you don't die by then, and stuff doesn't get burned, we would, yeah. So, you know, we can take a bit of time. I can block this dude. I hope he doesn't have shock, but if he does have shock, it's fine. Yeah, he does have shock. At least it's Leafkin that's getting shocked, and not Field of the Dead. Sorry, not Risen Reef. Maybe, yeah, I should have blocked Ordinary Goblin when we do. Oh, there we go. We're drawing to a Risen Reef. That's perfect. So actually, I can, instead of using Finale of Devastation to search for one, I can just play this Risen Reef. Trigger that. There you go, take action. Play this, pay 2 life. Put Healer of the Glade down as a blocker. Trigger that. Trigger Risen Reef, alright, Bond of Flourishing, that's great. And then next turn we go Scampering Scorcher. So, trigger 3 times. Maybe Quasi Duplicate, just to make sure I have an extra Risen Reef. It's probably a smarter choice to make. Yeah, so I am gonna take a bunch of damage here. I'm gonna block the most powerful thing. There, okay. That's fine. I'm gonna block the Goblin Assault Team, take a 7 damage. 7 damage. Okay, 7 damage. Kill that. That is still fine as long as the Risen Reef's alive. We can go now. We have 6 mana. 6 mana. Okay, what can we do with 6 mana? I think I'll go... Yeah, I'll go Quasi-Duplicate instead. See if we can survive. Triggers twice. I wish I had an extra land. I do. Like, I really, really do. Okay, so there is that. Now, I'm gonna do this... this is not the best way to use Finale of Devastation, but if it's gonna keep me alive for a while, for another turn, I am gonna use it to look for a Healer of the Glade. It's gonna heal me for 3 and it's a blocker, so I'm gonna take it. Just so we don't die. And we draw into another Finale of Devastation, that's great. Okay. Okay, it pays for itself. I'm gonna hit you in the face, dude, because, you know, hopefully we'll live. That would be yeah, this is pretty much how games go. Either it works or it doesn't. When it works really well. But I have yet to be able to display the full combo here. Okay. Wow. Oh, that's a lot of mountains and shock. Okay, he didn't get anything basically. 3-2. So if I block this, I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 damage. That's still okay. It's still okay. We're still fine. We're still fine. We're still fine, guys. We're still fine, guys. All right. So what do we do now? Okay. Okay. Let's be careful here a little bit. Don't have much to work with. Basically, I need to put down a bunch of blockers. I shouldn't have tapped this. That's a problem. I should have tapped the green instead. Okay. Yeah, take action. Enter tap. Take action. Scribe on the flourishing, put it down. Take action. Tapped. Oh, there we go! Field of the Dead! Yes! We got there, boys. Blockers. Finally. Even more zombies. There we go, it's working out, guys. Now we have blockers. If it doesn't burn me to death, I'll be fine. And I even have another Temple of Mystery here. Alright. And for 2 more zombies. Healer of the Glade, I will take it. So I have 2 mana left. I could cast Bond of Flourishing, but maybe I'll just cast a Leafkin Druid to serve as another blocker and potentially can produce mana later on. Or actually, I'm gonna lean on the safe side here. I'm gonna play Healer of the Glade just so I have HP. And because it's gonna draw into the healer of the, into this other Healer of the Glade, which I can cast. Nah. Okay, he just gave up. He must have thought I was about to prepare for something big because I was just drawing so many cards and putting down so many creatures. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, it works. So if you can live long enough, it works. I probably need some more tech, some more ways to keep me alive because I am barely interacting. Actually, I'm not even interacting with anything. I'm just trying to keep myself alive as long as I can. I'm gonna go and play another game and then I'm gonna call it there. It's kind of sad not to be able to see the full damage potential of the deck, but maybe if I play a game where we actually have the opportunity to deal damage, and if the opponent lets me deal damage, I'll show you how much damage it can do, because it's. Okay, this is a good hand. Okay, so this is a good hand. I'll keep that. Let's play Field of the Dead first. Okay, so I'll play let's see, let's go pay 2 life. Play Bond of Flourishing. Let's Chuck Beast. I'll take the Healer of the Glade here so I have fuel for Risen Reef. I'm expecting this to be Selesnya Adventures, so hopefully it doesn't have as much removal. And then we'll see how we do. This is a good test against an archetype that came in from Throne of Eldraine. So I'm gonna go Stomping Ground, and I will play the Risen Reef immediately. Well, it does have, actually, it is black-green, so it probably has Murderous Rider. I was thinking it's Selesnya, but it's not. It's Gilgari. So it's probably dead. It's not good. I should have waited. I didn't notice the Jungle Hollow here. No, he plays Love Struck Beast instead. Okay, so that's fine. I will not block. Okay, so now what do I want to do? We don't have a land though, so that's not great. I think I'll put down a Risen Reef just in case. Yeah, we'll trigger it twice. I'll take 5 damage, it's fine. Well, I'll take 6 damage. Give us a land, yeah, there we go. We have a land. I should have put that in my hand. But it is fine. We will not attack. We will hold. You have to have a lot of composure with this deck because you're not interacting. We're not even blocking because your dudes are too small. So I'm just gonna take that. Yeah, I was expecting that. That's fine. Escape to the Wilds. Interesting. Alright, let's go. One healer, the blade. Trigger once. Heal. That's a blocker too. Decline that. Is that a good idea? Put another healer, the blade down. Heal again. Take action. Enter tapped. 2. I guess I can afford to put a breeding pool down now. And then we will go Bond of Flourish. Heal, just keep healing. Temple of Mystery, Leaf Kindred. Okay, so we'll take the Elemental. So we get to test Escape to the Wilds here, that's good. Is it a good idea though, is the question. I don't know if it is. I might keep this to the side. You know what? I might have to just go 1,000 Year Storm. Or I can Finale of Devastation into Scampering Scorcher, so that would be great. Or bring back this Risen Reef, but I think I'm not gonna need to. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. If I was a bit greedy, I'd bring back a Risen Reef. Or maybe I should, just in case, because I might lose. Alright, we're just gonna block that. Does that have trample? No, it doesn't, so let's just block that. Yeah, I think I'll bring back a Risen Reef. I think I can buy time. I can take my time, I think. If we can keep jumping, then we're fine. If I get another land here, I didn't. Let's go for a Healer of the Glade first. Trigger that. Hope this is a land. We will... Is that a land? No, it's not a land. It is a Scampering Scorcher, though. But you know, it's Scampering Scorcher, so I don't have to search for that. So I'm just gonna go Finale of Devastation for 3. Bring back our Risen Reef from the graveyard. See how wonderful that is? How you can recur that? That negates the Murderous Rider, so that's great. Also Marasa, okay. And another Risen Reef. So there we go. Our engine's working out. We're gonna stay back. Oh god, I should have done something. But I have no more mana, so we will go. I don't want to throw these away though, so I'll go. Do I go Once Upon a Time? Do we throw this away? I don't want to throw it away. I'll throw it away. Whatever. Sorry. No, because if this is more valuable, and I wanted to use Escape to the Wilds. That seems like a bad idea, like a terrible idea. Oh no, finality! Oh no! Wow, okay, that just ruins everything, doesn't it? It's a good thing we have Pulse of Marasa to bring back stuff. Because look at what just happened. And I guess I put this down. What are we gonna do? We're gonna take 7 damage. We do have 30 life though, so it's fine. Ugh, Golgari. Let's see what he does. Oh, we can't attack. Because he killed his... You killed Bell, man. What did you do? Why did you kill Bell? Why? Dude! No, man. Are you gonna destroy my Risen Reef? Please, just make some wolves. Make some wolves, man. Do it. We're not looking good here. Yeah, I made wolves instead, alright. So, we have 8 mana. What can we do with 8 mana? Okay. Oh, this is a little bit embarrassing. I'm gonna have to Risen Reef. I can make a bunch of blockers though, so there is that. As long as we can stay in the game, we're good. I haven't put down land. If I for no, we'll just take action. Enter tapped. Trigger 6 times with Scampering Scorcher. Wonderful stuff. There you go, 4 triggers. Yeah, sure, put down a bunch of land. We're still in the game. Probably next turn we can go 1,000 Year Storm. And finally, maybe we can see what we need to see. Hey, look at that! Start making zombies. Yeah, get Return of the Wild Speaker. I wonder if I could just Return of the Wild Speaker, you know? Maybe I can just Return of the Wild Speaker. Attack, hit the face. Unexpected hit to the face. I don't know. Yeah, stay put. I will play 1,000 Year Storm though. Okay, I have to discard 2 cards. That's not good. I'm gonna have to throw this out and then maybe this out. Positive duplicate. Maybe I shouldn't have thrown out the Leafkin, but hopefully we'll draw into more elementals. We do have Finale of Devastation. We can actually just Finale of Devastation now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Ah, that's exact. If he just attacks with everything, yeah, I can just... Yeah. But I'm not gonna do that. I am gonna block these wolves. You know what, let's block these wolves. Let's not block that beast. I'll block this wolf. I'll block that beast with a zombie. That's Belle. Belle is blocking you, beast. Because you let her die. That's what you did. And we're still in the game, we have 23 life. We're in a good position. Hopefully we can have a significant turn. He's probably gonna destroy one of my Risen Reefs. But then it's fine. So that's fine. I know he makes more wolves, alright. We're at 27 cards left in the deck. I roll Innkeeper, alright. This is the core of this adventure deck. Murderous Rider to destroy 2 more Risen Reefs. That is not great. Oh no, he just actually I thought it was using the adventure. Okay, that's fine. We're still alive, we're still in the game, we're still alive. Okay, what can we do? Okay, put down Forest. Put down a zombie. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13 land. I play this, I'll end up with 7 land left. Probably good if I start with a Leafkin. Trigger twice. Omnath, good. Another Leafkin. This can destroy any permanent. I have 4 elementals. Maybe I should play Omnath just to be safe. I'll play Omnath just to be safe. You know what? I'll play this very carefully. I'll play this Omnath first. We're gonna destroy Garrow. Yeah. Trigger twice. Take action. I'll survive for another turn. I'm starting to make zombies now. Okay. Put a counter on someone. I'll just put it on Omnath. Draw cards. Alright, good. We're in business, guys. We will play Escape to the Wilds. I've never played it before. Maybe I should wait. But I already did. I could have done that with 1,000 Years. Could have played it with 1,000 Year Storm. Put down Field of the Dead. There we go. Trigger Field of the Dead twice. It's working out, guys. I still have to discard 2 cards though. What can we do? I can play Let's play a Leafkin Druid. Trigger twice. Oh, maybe I should have been playing this other stuff. Put another land, make another zombie, 2 more zombies. Put down, put it on Omnath. We're gonna survive, I think, hopefully. Hopefully he doesn't have like a way to kill me just in one go. Okay. Scampering Scorcher, we will not attack. We're gonna discard more cards. I need to discard 3 cards, look at that. Let's discard one of these Quasi Duplicates and a Leaf King, Druid, and a Once Upon a Time, I guess. So I'm gonna play 1,000 Year Storm next turn and just try stuff. I have 4, 8, 6, 14, 16 land. I can 4, 8, 14, 16 lands. Yeah. See what he does. I have 12 cards in my deck. Oh no. We're about to get decked. See why I didn't put opt? Oh no, that's not great. Oh, that's not good. Oh, it's gonna hurt so much. Okay, so what do we do? First thing we do. Can I just go off here? Put down a Field of the Dead. There. Omnath. Make sure we're alive. So, you know, I'm gonna just put down 1,000 Year Storm now. There you go. I have 2, 4 plus 3, 7, 8, 9, 10 each. 10 lands. I can go Pulse. It's 5. Okay, so let's do this one. Let's go Once Upon a... No, that's not Once Upon a Time. Let's go Once Upon a Time. You know what? No, leave that. Let's go Bond of Flourishing instead. Bond of Flourishing. Oh no, there's another one. There's a Field of the Dead. Then. I have 9 cards in hand. Go Bond of Flourishing again. Triggering twice. Just to make sure we have HP. Risen Reef, of course. Although I don't need it at this point, I only have 8 cards in my deck. Look at that. I am just... Yeah, let's take a freaking 1,000 Year Storm. Why not? Can we play it? Let's play it! I have 2! Please don't concede. Let me do this. Pulsa Marasa. Oh, I can still do that. I will do that, in fact. Thank you very much. I will bring back our Risen Reef. I guess. And that's gonna trigger twice. And I have to resolve it. And I bring back Healer of the Glade. And another one, I guess. Heal 18 HP. We're now back to 30 life. Or rather, that... Oh, what? Oh, right. That has to... Right! It's gonna trigger so many times! Because there's 2 of them. I forgot. Yeah. It's gonna trigger at least, like 7 times, was it? Well, anyway, I have so much HP here. I still have 1 mana left. If I play a Healer of the Glade, that is still okay. We are not going to get decked. But we're just gonna do that. Because, why not? Okay, next turn's gonna be a Blast. And I gotta discard a lot of cards. Like, a lot of cards. Like, a lot of cards. It's not even funny. Yeah, we'll see how like this deck works. It's not great. Although it also it gives credence to the strength of Field of the Dead. I just hope he doesn't give up on me here. I'm gonna throw a bunch of these because I don't need it. Like, I don't need another Risen Reef. Imagine I don't need another Risen Reef. Like, I don't need another one of that. Probably don't need. You know what? I don't need. I don't need this actually. Do I need another Field of the Dead? I don't know. Probably not. You know what? Let's just throw the Steam Vents because why not? And let's throw this Healer of the Glade, I guess. Or I should have thrown the Risen Reef. What am I doing? Stupid. I have 4 cards in my hand. I hope he doesn't make me draw cards because that's gonna suck. If I do put down a land, that's gonna make me draw a card. So, okay, let's see what he does. Let's see what he does. I hope he doesn't give up before I can resolve all of this. This has been a good game though, even though we've just been staring at each other from across the field. But at least I'm able to display to you the strength of this deck. You should be able to piece it together yourself that we're gonna try to get Finale of Devastation out. A big one. Oh no, that's not great. That is gonna kill everything. It's not even funny. I'm gonna say nice. I'm gonna say nice. But, okay. But, here's the deal though. Here's the deal. It's gonna be fun. A 1,000-Year Storm, even if he does that, I have ways to recover it because I have these quasi duplicates. So there is that. Okay, so I have 3 cards in hand. 3 cards in my deck. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 18 cards. I need 12 for Finale of the Dead. 18 lands, 12 for Finale of the Dead. I have 6 mana to spend. Let's see if we can get through. Okay, Scampering Scorcher first. Alright, so now there's that. Now I have 4, 8, 12, 14. I have 2 mana left for other things. Not enough. Put down a Field of the Dead. Okay, now we have extra zombies. That's good. Okay. Now I should be fine. Okay, now we play Once Upon a Time. Oh, right. Triggers twice. No, just triggers once, alright. Triggers once. Now we Finale of Devastation for 10. Please work. Yes. Yes, there it is. There it is. Triggers how many times? Graveyard. Bring back Scampering Scorcher. This is not gonna kill us. It's gonna draw out the entire deck though. Like the entire deck. But it's not gonna kill us. Don't worry guys. We're still in the game. As long as we don't draw cards. Wait a minute. Yeah, as long as we don't draw cards. As long as we don't draw cards, we're fine. I'm a little bit concerned that the Omnath draws cards if I land, whenever I land enters the battlefield. Alright, we're good. There it is. 31-31. Attack! Yes! Yes! 39-39 Omnath, 31-31 Scampering Scorcher. There we go. Now I gotta count that. 4 32 zombies. 31-31. That's at least, look at that. That's 120. Okay, actually, since the victory screen is right here, I'm going to calculate. I'm going to take a picture of this really quick, just so I don't forget. Let's calculate how much damage we take. Because as long as we don't click, we're fine. So that's 39-39 Omnath. He did concede, like surprise. He did concede, but let's calculate how much damage he would have dealt. I mean, it would have been great to see it, you know, like really total by itself, but then he conceded before he could do anything. That's 39-39 Omnath plus 11 from the Healer of the Glade plus 21 from another one plus 31 from a Scampering Scorcher, and then that's another 21 plus 21 from tokens, and then 31 plus 31 tokens plus 128 from zombies. Plus another, I can't see what's in the middle, but that's probably 31-31 because that's a copy, was it? we would have done 365 damage. That's not the most damage I could do, but yeah, look at that wonderful combo that it actually got there. We actually got there, and I was pretty happy about that. All right, so yeah, so I hope you had fun. This is probably the last time you'll be able to see something like this. Well, at least with the field of the dead triggers, because this deck can actually run without field of the dead. So that's, if you find it fun and interesting, you can make it yourself. It'll still work without field of the dead. It can probably do with a lot of cards that help you survive better, or cards that draw better. Granted, cards like Return of the Wild Speaker didn't really work as well, but maybe I should have used it earlier. Really, I could have used it earlier to make one massive attack, and I didn't, because I really wanted to show you how Storm factors in and how Finale of Devastation works with it. Yeah, just imagine if you had lots of tokens on the board, you can really deal a lot of damage. Granted, you only need to deal 20 in Magic, but then, if you can, then you should. Because it's fun. This is kind of fun I have in Magic often, and yeah. So I hope you enjoyed. We're calling this Storm of the Elements, or Eldraine Elementals for you. If you think Risen Reef is still very strong, even though it's not seeing as much play as it used to. So yeah, I hope you had fun. Do leave a like if you liked the video, and subscribe if you want to see more. If you didn't, leave a dislike, and I'd like to hear what you think. Leave a comment too. Yeah, so hope you had fun, guys, and yeah, thanks for watching.